This program is brought to you by generous donations from the community and sponsored by Stifel Financial.
Good evening. I'm Keith Overby, your host for tonight's edition of Nevada County Now. Summer's still heating up here in Nevada County, and with it comes plenty of opportunities to get involved and make a difference in our community. From saving water and money to supporting local causes, we've got you covered. Now stay with us as we share ways to get involved and chat with some great guests from around the county. Now don't go away. We're going to take a short sponsor break, and we'll be right back.
Thank you to Stifel Financial, proudly helping individuals pursue financial goals, businesses and organizations raise and protect capital, and communities offer a higher quality of life. To learn more, visit www.stifel.com.
All right, welcome back, Nevada County. The Nevada Irrigation District's Turf Removal Rebate Program offers residential treated water customers $1 per square foot up to $1,000 for replacing turf with water-efficient landscaping. Now, to qualify, you must convert at least 250 square feet of turf, or all the turf if your lawn is smaller. Funds are limited and awarded on a first-come, first-served basis. And you can check the links in the description to learn more and to review the required turf removal checklist before you get started. Now on Monday, July 28th from 1 to 6 p.m., Community Involvement Day returns to the Main Street Center at the Nevada County Fairgrounds. Attendees who bring a donation to support local nonprofits will receive a buy one, get one free adult fair admission coupon. Participating organizations will include the Food Bank of Nevada County, Community Beyond Violence, Gold Country Senior Services, and others. Donations of essential items such as socks, toiletries, and non-perishable food are encouraged. Now, Vitalant will be on site collecting blood donations. Donors will receive a free fair admission ticket. And coupons must be redeemed for tickets by Tuesday, August 5th at 5 p.m. Now for more details, including a list of donation needs, participating nonprofits, and the link to schedule a blood donation appointment with Vitalant, check the links in the description. Now we're going to take a short commercial break. Now don't go away, we've got more to come.
Close your eyes, breathe in. Let go. Your body speaks in aches and tension. But with Michelle Mangini, certified massage therapist, that all fades away. With every touch, stress fades, muscles unwind, balance is restored. This is more than a massage. It's a journey back to yourself. Feel renewed. Feel whole. CMTMichelle.com.
All right, welcome back, Nevada County. Now, when disaster strikes and the power goes out, amateur radio often becomes the first line of communication. Now, each year, Field Day puts those emergency skills to the test in a nationwide exercise involving thousands of radio operators. And this past June, operators from Wolf Mountain Radio joined the event, setting up off-grid stations and making live contacts across the country, all in the name of emergency preparedness and public service. Now, to tell us more about how this all went, I'd like to welcome Greg Alameda. So, Greg, thank you for being here.
You bet.
Glad to have you here.
Nice to meet you.
And I guess, first of all, can you just explain, maybe a lot of people aren't familiar, what is amateur radio?
Amateur radio is it's a hobby that a lot of us enjoy. Another aspect of it is it could be a service to the community and at times of need. But essentially, it's a licensed hobby. You have to be licensed through the FCC. And we operate radios that talk around the world. They talk locally, they talk nationwide, and they could talk in your own community. So it varies. It's very interesting. It's voice communication. It's CW or Morse code. We use various digital formats. So there's many different modes of operation we do as well.
When how many members do you have up here?
It's interesting. Wolf Mountain Radio became a terminology that we used for operating from the Wolf Mountain location. So it's a group of 4 of us right now that set up a field day operation on Wolf Mountain. And Wolf Mountain is very desirable for us because it's high altitude. It has downward sloping terrain, which we like, and it gives us an enhancement actually in the signal. So we become very effective in communication for internationally, domestic contacts, countrywide, and all across the world actually from there.
Okay. Now, before we go any further, I'm going to ask you about the field day and exactly what went on. But what if a person wanted to get involved doing this? How would they go about doing this?
Become an amateur radio operator?
Yes.
Well, you have to get licensed. So the best way, I think, actually is to attend a field day event if you can. Mm-hmm. Last week in June, every single year, they have a field day event. They're all over the nation. In fact, there was probably 35,000 operators in the United States that were active that day.
I see.
So they're all in the different communities. You go visit one of those places, and you can get a taste of amateur radio, and that's kind of what we're looking for. You see what it's all about. There's also schools, Boy Scout troops, things like that can get you involved as well.
Yeah, I know. I remember when I was in Boy Scouts, we had to do signaling for our first class badge. And I think I didn't learn Morse code, but I learned semaphore.
Yeah,
Semaphore?
Right. Correct.
The flags?
Right.
I did that. I remember doing that. My mom sewed those flags together for me. Let me ask you this. How would somebody be able to look it up on the internet or whatever or know this field day is coming?
Yeah, there's a website that's it's sponsored by the American Radio Relay League. So you go to the ARRL.com, and that website will give you all the different events throughout the year that they have. Field day is always going to be in the end of June, but it'll tell you all about it and the sites to go to.
Okay. They'll tell you where different places are. Like in Nevada County, it'd be up on Wolf Mountain.
Yeah, it could be. I don't know if we were actually registered with them, if they knew. Now, we did contact our local ARRL representative and told them about our operation up there. Mm-hmm. Actually, it mostly came through word of mouth. One of the guys in our crew really handles PR, and so he got it out to the county and did a great job of doing some PR work for us. Mm-hmm. That's what got us probably recognized by you guys. And so it takes individual effort, basically.
Okay, great. Now, field day. Exactly what is field day? Can you give me an idea of what's somebody going to see when they come to field day?
Well, in our particular situation, we set up a pretty elaborate system. We had a large radio tower there with a pretty good size antenna. We had 3 stations on board at one time. We used generator power. So no grid power. That's the whole thing. They want you to operate out of the house, into the park, on the mountaintop, on the beach, someplace that's portable. And you have to set up the operation with portable power, such as a generator, solar panel, battery operated. And then, the performance of the antennas, the better antenna you have, the better location you have, the better you'll do. So It's about being portable, it's about being emergency, and it's about not being in the house. So in a disaster situation, let's just say you have a massive fire here, God hopes not, but you could have many acres burned, and you would want to be able to set up in a place that's safe and operate from there. So that's one scenario.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. How do you guys interact? You said there's four of you fellows right now. You have any women that are?
We don't particularly. This is actually our first year setting up in Wolf Mountain. So
okay,
it was so successful they'll probably be there every single year. I mean, one of their members has been doing this since 1973, and Wolf Mountain has been the best site that he's ever used.
All right.
So we'll do it every year there probably.
Now, when you have as you said, God forbid, we should have a big fire up here, or we have another snowmageddon, as we've had 2 of the last 3 years.
Right.
How do you interact with OES, with the sheriff's office, law enforcement, fire, et cetera?
Well, we're a tool in the toolbox for them. Those coming from fire department, that background, I can tell you that our communication systems are very elaborate. In today's world, we have cellular phones, we have trunk radio systems, we have satellite, so they're pretty robust. But if things do go completely bad, we have this amateur radio service network of operators. There's about 750,000 operators in the United States. So there's a huge network of operators that maintain their own stations. They have their own equipment. And at the end of the day, they are there, if all else fails, basically.
Okay. And let me ask you this. What's the difference between amateur radio and like CB radio?
Well, CB radio is pretty low power, very few channels. They operate on one band. We operate on probably about a half a dozen or maybe a dozen different bands. So we cover the spectrum from very low frequency to ultra high frequency. It's actually much different.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this again. What was that website if anybody's interested in getting involved?
The ARRL, ARRL.com.
So it'd be ARRL.
L, American Radio Relay League.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that would be the way to get in touch with you guys.
Well, that's the way of getting a hold of the broad spectrum. I mean, I guess the big company or the big name behind amateur radio, to get a hold of us personally. We don't really have a way of getting a hold of us in our little deal, but we'll develop something.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you get a little more established up here. Get your word out. Get the word out about y'all.
The plan is to build a pretty significant station, a fixed station on Wolf Mountain. So, going to be working with the county on that. But there's a reason why we're here, and it'll be developing over many years, and we think it's going to be quite promising. We actually think that the station could become an elite station within the United States of America.
And what's the definition of an elite station?
Good question. So, definition of elite station, number one is location, location, location.
Okay.
So Wolf Mountain's at 2,600 feet above sea level, so we're that much closer to the ionosphere, if you want to look technically at this. Your basic radio system works line of sight, meaning we have, that antenna has to see the other antenna. We bounce our radio waves off the ionosphere, so we shoot them up towards the sky and bounce them off there, and they go around the world. They just kind of bounce, and they'll propagate all the way around the world. So you can talk to a guy here from here, but you're beaming, and it just keeps bouncing around.
That's how you're able to talk to guys overseas or something like that.
Yeah, it's called skip. But and then you talked about the different bands. Some operate during the day, some operate down at night. So it's pretty interesting. It's kind of like magic, really. It's really like magic.
Okay. Well, you were talking about, I was going to ask you about AM radio and skip, because I mean, that goes back to the some of us that are older, the old AM radio days with Wolfman Jack, where he would be broadcasting out of, like Mexico or something?
Right.
And people could hear him all over the United States.
That's pretty much the same thing we do. We do, it operates off a skip, so... Yeah, they used to have big broadcast stations like the Voice of America. That's exactly what they did. Is they put big blanket antennas up. They would aim them at Russia, part of the Cold War system, and they could actually target countries with those big arrays.
Greg, in finishing this up, anything you want to add that we haven't talked about?
Yeah, I wanted to tell you a little bit about the performance that we had up on Wolf. To give you an idea of the amount of contacts that we could make, we started about 2 hours late. So the contest started at 11 a.m. I think we got on the air at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. A representative from Cal OES was there, and we took her on a tour of the location as well as a local citizen. But we had an operational period probably of about 12 hours out of 24. And we made 2,100 contacts. Meaning we talked to 2,100 people, different individuals, and we contacted every state in the United States, including Alaska and Hawaii.
How many countries do you talk to?
We don't care about the countries. This is a national thing. But we did talk to several providences up in Canada, but it wasn't a DX we're looking for United States operators to keep it. But I thought that's an interesting stat for you to understand the effectiveness of the hobby and what amateur radio can do.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming in, Greg. Glad to have you here. Yeah. It was very interesting, and we'll look for a added first Saturday in June?
Last weekend of June. Last Saturday
in June of each year. So mark that on your calendars. And we're going to take another short commercial break. Now, don't go away. We've got more to come. And thank you again, Greg.
Yeah, you betcha.
All right. Take care, my man.
Thank you.
From the foothills of the Sierra Nevada, a new hero will emerge. One who is ready. One who makes sure their friends and family are set. And has the power to go at a moment's notice. This fire season, you're the hero. We are Ready Nevada County.
Protecting the environment is more than just a responsibility. It's a way of life. Nevada County Environmental Health is dedicated to safeguarding your health and the beauty of our community. From water safety and waste management to food inspections and disease prevention, we work every day to ensure a cleaner, safer, and healthier future for all. Together, we can preserve Nevada County's natural beauty for generations to come. Visit Nevada County Environmental Health today and learn how we can build a better community together. Nevada County Environmental Health, protecting health, preserving nature, working together for our community.
Are you feeling out of balance? As we move through life, stress, fatigue, and tension can take their toll. But healing is closer than you think. Come experience the natural way to restore harmony and the power of energy healing. Come experience Raven Wing Reiki, where we help restore harmony to your mind, body, and spirit. It's time to realign your energy with Raven Wing Reiki. Ready to begin your journey? Visit ravenwingreiki.com and discover the healing that awaits you.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, this ought to be a little bit of fun. David West, our Nevada County Veteran Services Officer, was recently honored as a hometown hero at the 2025 Beale Air and Space Expo, held last month down at Beale Air Force Base. And as part of the recognition, he experienced the thrill of flying with the U.S. Air Force Thunderbirds. Now, here to share what it was like, welcome, David. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you very much for the invite, sir.
I'm envious. I had the opportunity to be out there at Beale on a day before that, media day, and saw some of the aircraft, not all of the aircraft that were out there, but a couple of them. And they gave us a little taste of what was coming. And that taste was not enough. I mean, I obviously only got a sip of the real tall drink. But what I'd like to do is tell me, first of all, how this hometown hero, who was it that recognized you?
Well, the Hometown Hero program is a program put on by the Air Force to help promote the positive things of the service, right? Mm-hmm. And I was nominated by California Senator Megan Dawley. Mm-hmm. It was very humbling. She has a lot of veteran services officers in her district, right? And to be selected by her for nomination was very humbling. And I ultimately got elected. I got selected. I guess there was over 400 applications. It was a lot.
For the air show?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So I got selected, and I'm very glad that I did.
Yeah, obviously. Well, let me ask you, found out you were going to do this, and they told you were going to ride with the Thunderbirds. Let me ask you this. What did you have to do to prepare for it? Did they give you any kind of instructions as far as preparation?
No, not really. They said make sure you don't drink too much the night before and drink water. So that was my instructions.
That was it. And I assume when you're saying drink, don't be drinking alcohol.
Yeah, I didn't really listen to that one very well, but I went ahead. I'm a Marine. So.
I know none of us listen to that one very well. So what did you have to do? You got to Beale Air Force Base that morning.
Got to Beale Air Force Base about 7:45 in the morning. I first met up with the public information officer. Her first words out of the mouth were, "Are you going to throw up today?" So that was very humbling again, because the expectations set right off the bat. And from there, it was just a series of briefings. I got to do some media for both the Air Force and Nevada County, and more briefings, and tried on the G suit, the flight suit, the helmet, all the things. Learned what to do if we had to eject, which I'm glad we didn't. And got in the plane. Yeah, got in the plane.
I'll be darned. So you get in the plane. And who's your pilot? Do you know his background at all? Or
my pilot was Crime.
Crime?
Crime.
Yeah, they all have a moniker, and you call them that. You don't know their name.
You call him that. I asked him how he got his name, and he told me it'd be a long night of drinking. So didn't get to do that, and didn't get to know why he got his name. But he was awesome. He was awesome. All of the pilots were awesome. It was like everything you see in the movies.
There you go. Taking out of a Top Gun kind of thing.
The Top Gun, they yell and scream when they're taking off and all the things, and they sound excited about it. And it was, I got to sit on the briefing for how they do it. So got to see them engage and how they close the loop when they're communicating. Got an opportunity to see everything, to see behind the scenes.
Wow,
yeah.
What a great experience! Not too many people have gotten that experience at all. I mean, I would imagine. You said you get to sit down. How did they plan their program? I mean, do they have a script that they're doing?
Yeah, they have a set thing that they usually do, right?
Program.
All the things. This year was different. It was the first time they blew stuff up. So
blew stuff up?
Yeah, they blew stuff up on the ground. They had like a big fire show on the ground.
Oh, yeah?
And they'd never done that before, so I got to go through that for the very first time they blew it up.
Oh, yeah?
It was like an extra thing.
Kind of like going through the flaming hoop on a horse or something?
Yeah, they just blew some
really?
stuff up.
And they took you through in the...
I got to see above it. It was pretty cool.
Oh, see above it. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were in the plane. You guys flew
I was in the plane, but yeah, we didn't go through this one.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. And the how long was your ride? Or
I was in the air for 1 hour and 20 minutes.
That's a long time.
It was a really long time. When you're doing it, they tell you about the tricks you're going to do. Right, you're going to do a flip, you're going to do a loop-de-loop, you're going to do a barrel roll. They got all these cool names. You're going to get zero gravity, which was scary but fun. And at one point, we're up there, and he's like, "What do you want to do next?" What do you mean? I don't know. And he said, "We've done all the tricks." And I said, "I don't know. Why don't you scare me?" And he just took the throttle and scared me. It was fun.
Just took off
straight to the ground.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was great. With a twist and a thing, it was fun.
When did he pull up? At what altitude? Or he was at what altitude when he asked you that?
I have no idea. But yeah, but we went up and came down really fast.
You knew the ground was coming up really, really quick.
Yeah, it was fun.
Gee, mini Christmas. That's impressive. So some of those guys, roughly, what's their, I'm curious about some of the pilots. What's their, say, average age of the guys that are Thunderbirds? I mean, are they all young guys like the original Top Gun movie?
Yeah, they're all young. So like when you're in, so I'm a Marine, so when I was in the Marine Corps, like all these sergeants and stuff, they look super old. But now that I'm out, I'm like, dude, they're just they're young. They're young. It's not their first plane. They're all captains or majors or stuff like that. So they've been promoted a couple of times, flown in a couple of planes, and now they get an opportunity to fly in an F-16.
Yeah, as they say, it's not their first rodeo at all to become a member of the Thunderbirds. Let me ask you this. Did you ask them, say, what's the difference between you guys and, say, the Navy's Blue Angels?
No, I didn't.
That didn't come up, huh?
No, I didn't ask that question. No, my whole thing was just to be a good Marine and not pass out on the plane or throw up.
Just hang on for
just hang on and be tough like Nevada County residents, right? So
there you go.
That was the goal.
Now let me ask you this: how you said you got zero gravity. So is that weightlessness?
Yeah, it's weightless. I was floating in the cockpit.
How did they tell you what altitude you were at when that occurred?
It's about the trick.
Oh, it's about
the trick and how they do things. It's not the altitude.
Okay.
Yeah, so they do this weird.
So it wasn't like the SpaceX or the Bell or the Amazon one that goes up.
No, I didn't go all the way up there. It's like a special trick that they do that allows you to experience that.
So you could feel yourself coming out of the seat.
No, it was out of the seat floating.
Wow.
Yeah, stuff was floating. It was cool.
That was great.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me ask you this. I should ask you. I've asked you a lot of questions about Bill. What do you do as a veteran service officer? Let me get a chance to tell me what it is you did. You must do something great because they made you a hometown hero.
Yeah, no. So like that's stupid for me to hear, right? I'm nobody's hero. I just go to work. I got kids to feed, and I want to do a good job. Taxpayers pay my salary, right? I'm a Marine, but I'm in charge of taking care of all 10,000 veterans and their surviving spouses and kids and spouses in Nevada County. The simplest way to tell it is I'm the guy that makes the recruiters' promises come true.
Okay.
Even the ones that lied. Yeah, I'm like a social.
No, they wouldn't do that, would they?
Yeah, no, not at all. No, so like I'm a social worker for veterans.
Okay.
We're really known for filing claims for the VA for injuries or diseases as a result of their service, but we do a lot more.
Okay.
We provide mental health services. So we provided over 60 veterans in our community and family members with mental health treatment last year through California grant funding. We got a Guitars for Vets program. Not every veteran wants to talk about their feelings, but some need an outlet. So they get 10 free lessons, and then they get a guitar shipped to them to practice. We try to fill the holes in services where veterans need them.
Okay,
so,
terrific.
Food insecurity. We even have a veteran rideshare program. So we will transport veterans to their medical appointments, and it's by other volunteers, veterans usually, they provide those services. So we try to do everything we can to help the veteran community here.
Beautiful. Well, thank you. And you said you're a Marine. Of course, I know once a Marine, always a Marine.
Yes, sir.
But you're not active.
No, I'm not active.
Anymore.
Not active duty. I do a lot of things. Nevada County always comes first, and just trying to help as many veterans as we can and make sure every veteran in Nevada County is thriving in their post-military careers. Because when the veteran community is doing well, your community is doing well.
All right. Well, thank you for your service as a Marine.
Yes,
thank you for your service as the veterans officer. You fulfill a very important mission in doing that, one that probably is almost more important than being a Marine, I tell you the truth, to help guys along. Is there anything else you want to add about either Beal or being a veterans services officer?
Well, I want to. It's important that kids have an open view when they're looking at the military, when they're looking for things to do. Right, the cost to go to college, the cost to buy a home, is tremendous. Those are two of the main benefits you get from joining the military. And for veterans in general, don't be scared to ask for help, but also show off the best parts of your service.
There you go. And how many years were you active duty in the Marine Corps?
I served for 5 years.
5 years?
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you very much for your service.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And as a whole community, we appreciate you because you do some great work here. You really do. You are one of our hometown heroes. I know. I'm going to see if I can make you blush. I don't know.
You.
But anyway, anything you want to add about Beal or either one before we?
Well, I just want to thank Beal for all the great things they did. I want to thank the Thunderbirds. Right, it's the best part of the Air Force. And the biggest favor I can do to show them for what they provided me was talk great about the Air Force and provide opportunities to educate our younger generation of how important it is to serve and help our veterans understand, even though they're done serving in the military, they can continue to serve, whether it be being a coach, whether it be a referee, joining the Elks Lodge. There's many things you can do to continue to serve and help your community outside of joining your VFW or American Legion.
There you
that's
go.
Not for everybody.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah, we've got a ton of service organizations that exist out there. You can always find one that's going to fit you.
Yeah.
So I got to ask one more thing. What type of plane was it that the
was an
Thunderbirds
F-16.
fly? An F-16?
It was an F-16, so they had the 5 planes. They're all 1-seaters, and then my plane was a 2-seater. So there was times when they were doing the formation, all 5 of them, and then my jet flew up underneath, like up inside them. It was pretty cool.
Okay, let me ask you this: you're in the V. Which plane were you in?
I was
The Point.
I was in the. So they got me up underneath inside. So it was like this, the tail of the V.
Okay.
I got up so close, I got to see the plane's wings 18 inches apart.
And you're flying at how many miles per hour?
600 or something.
600
crazy.
miles
Yeah.
per hour, and you're seeing you guys are like 18 inches apart. That's incredible.
Yeah, it was scary, cool, all
Yeah.
the things at the same
All
time.
the things at the same time. Yeah. Scared witless, but having the time of your
Yeah,
life at the
yeah.
same time. Sure. Anyway, anything else you want to add? I'll let you throw it out there.
No, I just want to thank you for your time and allowing me the opportunity to talk about the great things our office does for veterans in the community, and talk about the great things that the Air Force does and the Thunderbirds provided. And if any veterans or family members want to find out what services are available to them, they can just call our main line at 530-273-3396.
Okay.
Or they can find us online, mynevadacounty.ca.gov, find veteran services, and they can even book their own appointments online.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, you took away a couple of my questions that I was going to close with here. So, but that's okay. That's all right. That's why I said maybe you should get a job doing this here. Anyway, I was just going to ask something else, and now it's slipped my mind. That's what happens when you get older.
Yeah.
But thank you for your service. Thank you for your continued service to Nevada County and to our veterans here. I appreciate you helping them. And I'll even give a shout out, a thank you to Megan Dolly for nominating you.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you said there were 400 people. Did
what
she
they said.
nominate more than one person?
I have no
or-
idea. I just know I got in.
But you were her nomination.
I was her nomination.
Wow.
And, yeah,
Was she
very
there?
humbling. No, she wasn't there. She had her own. She got her own things doing, making sure good legislation is being written and passed in California.
Sure.
Very appreciative. I reached out to her staff, told them how thankful I am, and hope when I see her around, I'll give her a big hug.
Well, thank you for doing it. Thank you to Megan Dolly for nominating you, and she obviously made an excellent choice if you were elected out of 400 individuals. I mean, that's
debatable
crazy.
at times, but that's debatable. But
Well,
thank you.
something must be right.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Okay, folks, we're going to end now. But first of all, thank you very much for watching this edition of Nevada County Now. And if you'd like to help contribute or write stories, appear on a show, or even become a host, please check out the details on our website at nevadacountymedia.org/NCN. And remember always, this program is local news and information brought to you by local residents. Now remember to stay safe, take care of each other, and get out there and explore all this community has to offer. Now, before I say goodnight, like I normally do after making that statement, we're going to leave you with our footage that we had from the 2025 Beale Air and Space Expo. Good night, everybody.
My name is David West. I'm the Nevada County Veteran Services Officer, and I live in East Sacramento, California, but luckily the county of Nevada County has embraced me as one of their own. It was an honor to be nominated. It's kind of weird to be called a hometown hero. I work for heroes. I do work for the family members of heroes. I don't think anything I do myself. The Nevada County Veteran Services Office is here to assist veterans and their family members in Nevada County at all stages in their life. I'm excited, I'm scared, I'm very happy, I'm very privileged. One thing I keep thinking to myself, my dad's no longer with us around here, but he would be totally excited and happy to know that I was doing this and all the things.
My name is Merrill Tengestal, retired Air Force Colonel, former U-2 pilot, here as an exhibitor at the STEM Expo, and happy to be here. I'm also known as the first and only black woman to fly the U-2 spy plane in the 70-year history of it. What got me interested in aviation is that at 7 years old, I watched a lot of Star Trek. I wanted to boldly go where no one had gone before. So at that age, I decided I was going to be an astronaut, and I kind of just made this basic framework on how I was going to get there. 1994, entered into the military. That was at the time that they just opened up a year prior, women being in combat roles in the military. So, as a woman of color, being in the military where even today, black females make up less than 2/10 of all the pilots across all services in the military as well as in commercial aviation. So there's not a lot of us. So I'm basically a unicorn. And so, of course, when you walk into a room, people are going to think certain things, especially in the mid-90s, late 90s. But as my on-wing once said, as long as you keep performing at an excellent level, people are going to say you're there because you're that good. I've been going to air shows. I've been participating in air shows for over 20 years. So I love the fact to see aircraft fly. I love to see the high-performance aircraft. I love the U-2, the Dragon Lady. She's amazing. The T-38s, I got to fly it. It's very, it's very nostalgic for me. But what I love is the STEM Expo portion about this. Look, Captain Grant, also known as Raven, set all this up with a great group of people here at Beale Air Force Base. If you're not bringing your kids here who have love for aviation, you're doing them a disservice. This is where kids come to have their passion sparked, ignited,